What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis and welcome back to another video. So today is going to be the introduction or part one of our new budget reef light series here in the 300-gallon reef. Well, technically 500-ish gallons if you want to count these two low boys, the sump, the 300-gallon display, and our 120-gallon tub. All these are connected and all the filtration is down here under the main display. Now, the whole point of this video is to simply talk about how did I get to this point? Why are we going back to budget lighting? What the heck happened to the 6 Radions that you used to have over here? And why is there a refugium? If you're wondering what the heck that's about, you can go ahead and check out the previous video where I've installed the light and showed you guys that entire setup. But either way, I wanted to go ahead and get back to my roots, things that I've done before. I started this channel back in 2016. If you guys remember, I had the 125-gallon reef tank. That entire budget build, it was all DIY, all budget. I really enjoyed that build. That whole tank cost less than the sump, not including all this, just simply the sump. And I was very successful with that tank. I had a lot of coral that grew very well, and I just felt good to be able to be successful and not have to spend a ton of money. And with that said, I want to get back to that because, one, I mean, this day and age, people want to be in this hobby, but they don't have a ton of money to spend on all these fancy gadgets and all this kind of stuff. And I did honestly feel a disconnect from my subscribers because I used to be the budget guy. I used to be the DIY guy. And then, you know, the business took off and things went well for me. And I was like, hey, man, I'll just go ahead and spend, you know, $3,000 on lighting because I could. But the reality is people can't do that, and to even be honest with you, I can't even do this now. Life is not the way it was a couple years ago, and I refuse to spend that kind of money anymore. Yeah, and that kind of gets back to the lighting here. I had 6 of those XR15s. 5 of those jokers died over the last 2 years. When I sent them in, they told me that it was due to water damage. Explain that to me. Listen, I'm not going back and forth with anybody on what this and that is. Simple fact is, they told me I had to spend X amount of money to get those fixed, and I told them to throw them in the garbage and I'll find another solution. And that's why we're back where we're at now, is because all the money I invested in those lights just to have them die of water damage and then be charged again to fix them, that is not acceptable, and I'm not going to pay for it. Not going to happen. So what a perfect opportunity to continue my budget series and to bring back some lower cost effective lighting that can still grow SPS just as well as the other lightings, and you can still be successful with spending 1/3 or even 1/4 the amount of money that you would on the other lights. So with that said, I will be adding 2 of the Nicrew 150 HyperReef lights. I think it's HyperReef 150. You can say it any way you want. But either way, those are the 2 lights that I will be adding over here. They're $3 a piece. So that's essentially what the XR15s were originally on this tank. Now, I have a feeling after plugging one of them in and going through the controller and all that stuff, just trying to get ready for the video, it's a lot of light. So, excuse me, I'm getting all stuffy here already. Yeah, it's a lot of light, so we'll be dialing them down significantly to make them work on this low boy, but we'll see once they get on here and we get the PAR readings and all that stuff. So we're going to add 2 of those lights with the 3D printing mounting system, which will actually just kind of go over this pipe here. I'm considering on bringing it up a little bit more, just so I have a little bit more room to work, but we'll kind of figure that out once I get them on the hanging system there. But yeah, so that's the lighting system we're going to go with. And what's really good about this setup is I can compare the growth of the 300. Now, if you guys have been here for a while, we grew out this entire tank, which originally had 4 pillars, grew it out wall to wall or glass to glass coral in 2 years underneath those Radions or those XR15s with the T5 combo. Did very, very well. So I'm not knocking the lights. They work. They're just expensive. And I don't want to spend the money anymore. So they do work. Again, just don't want to spend the money. Now, we're going to be able to compare that budget lighting to not only the main display, but also these Kessels. We have the AP9Xs and the A360Xs. These jokers grow coral 100%. I'm actually a little bit more of a fan of the Kessel than I am the Radions, just because I like the shimmer, and they work. They just work. And Wiggles is being a weirdo over there. If you're wondering what Wiggles is, that's my cat. And so we're going to be able to compare the same coral, same water column, 3 different lighting setups, and just kind of see what the growth is and coloration, because it's going to be, again, it's going to be the same nutrients, so we'll really be able to dial in what's growing and how effective they are. So I'm looking forward to making those videos in the future. So yep, that's about it when it comes to kind of why I'm getting into this. I simply just don't want to spend any of the money, and I want to bring back the roots, the beginning of the channel, bringing back things that I enjoy doing. the whole point of the hobby is to enjoy it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I started selling massive amount of coral and ripping my tank down to, you know, make room, obviously Big Bertha destroyed this tank. If you haven't seen that series, check it out. She killed the tank and almost killed herself. You missed that video, you check that out as well. I just want to get back to enjoying the tank, and what I enjoy is DIY projects. I enjoy getting in the tank, and it doesn't always have to be about selling coral or growing coral as fast as I can to try to make profit. Thankfully, I have 3D printing that has taken over most of my sales, which has definitely taken a lot off the reef tank and allowing me to kind of get back to enjoying it. So I'm glad that worked out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going for here. And I'm shout out to Nicrew for sending me those lights. I'm looking forward to setting them up. I went through the programming process already. Super easy, super effective, and you know I'm pretty happy. So the next video, so I can stop rambling here. The next video, we're going to do the unboxing. I'm going to show you guys a 3D printing mounting system. So we're going to install them in here. We're going to install the controller, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll do the programming. We'll set the programming up in the controller. We'll do PAR readings, and then we'll come back in, and once the PAR is dialed in, we'll add the coral with the acro disc and kind of go from there and see what's going on. Now, I might do further videos of making shades and diffusers and all sorts of stuff for the lights. We haven't got there yet, but I might do that, you know, down the road. So, with that said, my sinuses are not happy with me today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It is what it is at this point. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good day. If you have any questions, let me know. If you've used these lights before, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the next video. All right, peace.